Hello YouTube, this is Loyal to Law once again, and this time this video is going to be a discussion video, and it just dawned on me with all of the lot of things going around in the martial arts world, particularly, excuse me, when it comes to people who would want to practice a complete system or a complete discipline. Some people, when they join martial arts, they want to just start off, so they just want to get the feel of what martial arts is. They heard about it being or centralizing in self-defense, but the art that they're practicing is not that complete as they progress through that discipline, and they tend to cross-train, which I also do. But the problem is, a lot of people are too focused on cross-training nowadays with the explosion of mixed martial arts, UFC, which is now regularly viewed by a lot of people, even non-martial artists alike, just of pure entertainment, just like the sports events that you're watching on cable TV or sometimes in the internet if it's a live stream and you paid for it. And yeah, there's that notion that when a person practices martial arts, they need to cross-train. So there's a need now. Before, when MMA just entered into the scene and it was just starting to gain popularity, cross-training is not a must, but it's just to really gain more experience and solidify yourself as a martial artist when it comes to self-defense or even in sports aspect. However, right now, cross-training is a need, especially if your discipline that you're training in just focuses on one aspect. Say, for example, you're practicing karate and you felt that it's not complete, so you're going to practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because that's for the ground, while karate is for stand-up, and now you're semi-complete. You all remember the question before. I think it's posted a lot in YouTube on why you cross-train, on why you think you need to be a complete martial artist, where you need to know striking, weapons, ground, grappling, all those aspects, so that you'll be able to cover most of the weaknesses that you felt will be used against you when worst case scenario comes. I'm going to reverse that, because a lot of people are now thumbing down a lot of the systems that are deemed incomplete. And so a lot of people are thrashing a lot of disciplines that are supposedly specialized on one aspect because that discipline chose to be specialized. And so I'm interested to a lot of you martial artists out there, beginners, if you feel, or if you are compelled to comment on this or make a video response, you can do so, even though you're at the beginning stage. So I'd like to ask, why do you want to specialize in your martial art discipline? Why not be complete, or so-called be complete in terms of what people say or people mean? By people meaning complete means that you're good at striking, grappling, ground, weapons, all the stuff that I mentioned earlier. So why do you want to specialize in the martial arts. Let's say, for example, you are good in Taekwondo. You're very, very good in kicks. Why do you want to specialize on that? And it'll be the same question for a boxer. Why do you want to specialize on punching? It'll also be a good question for Wing Chun. Why do you want to specialize on doing what you do? Or in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, doing the ground. And yes, it is a very broad question, but it's also a very specific question because I'm going to actually make it narrow. So I'm going to cover the basic and broad answers. It should be deeper than your answer of because I love the martial art that I'm doing. Because every single martial artist loves their martial art that they're doing. Most of them, if not some of them, are practicing 4 to 5 martial arts disciplines, and they all love them. So yeah, that answer is out. And what else? What broad answer? Oh yeah, like the answer of because it's the only martial arts that's working for me. And if there are a lot of martial artists who are practicing a lot of disciplines, that means all of those disciplines are working for them and they're not working for you. So that's kind of broad. And it must be deeper than that answer. And what else? What other answers? Oh, it's because it's the only martial artist that I know and that I can easily learn from. It's much deeper than that. I know there's a much deeper answer than just that answer. So I know that this question is demanding an answer, but because of the way the martial arts culture is formed now, you'll see a whole lot of thrash talking. And by thrash, I do not mean T-R-A-S-H. It's much, much worse. It's T-H-R-A-S-H, spelled that way. So you really thrash the whole thing, in this case, the martial arts discipline. Thrash talking the person who practiced this kind of discipline and another kind of discipline and all that stuff. And then you have a lot of disciplines competing with each other by debates instead of practicalities, and you lose respect. So yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty, I know. So that's the reason why I brought up this question. I want to go back to the basic roots of what martial arts is, and I want to go back to the time where a lot of martial arts disciplines respect each other, mainly because one martial arts discipline is way, way better in doing one aspect than the other discipline does, while the other discipline has also something that this martial arts discipline doesn't have. And so they mutually respect each other and they become friends, sometimes become families, and form together, and they become huge lineages. That's the reason why you have a lot of interpretations of a certain discipline. Take, for example, karate. Karate has a lot of lineages, and there are some cross-training here and there, but that's just out of pure respect, not only because of covering the certain weaknesses that they found out, but it's also out of pure respect from coming from other lineages or other disciplines. So yeah, that'll be my question for you. In case you missed it from the earlier part of this video, just like to ask, why do you specialize in a certain martial art discipline that you're practicing currently, or if not currently, for years, for those of you who are actually practicing it for a very, very long time? Why? And it must be much deeper than the answers that I've already given, because those answers are not really not giving any kind of meaning to the reason the person is really doing on practicing martial arts. So there you have it, and I hope that we're going to have a good discussion. If you can make a video response, do so, and if you can just comment, yeah, just do so. we'll just have a really, really good discussion about this. There will be no debates because a lot of people's views about specializing in martial arts are entirely different. Very, very different from one reason to the next. And there are a whole lot of us. So, yeah, there's no right or wrong. I just want everyone to be in the same box, on the same page. Go back to the basics, so that we'll be a very respectable martial arts community once again. So, yeah, comment away or video response away. I think that doesn't sound right. Okay, thank you so much, and enjoy this one. God bless you all. Always train safe and take care.